Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to start off with one of the cosplays that I did for Youmacon. I literally was working on this the week of, and like literally up until the very last moment I had to get on the bus to go to Detroit. I need to stop doing this really. But once I got on the bus, a lot happened. I can't really remember, it's been a year. But I ended up getting a hostel for the first day. It's such a cute little hostel. I get it every time I go to Detroit. And I hit a change, and then I went to the convention because I had to pick up my tickets. I was not about to stand in line all day. All right, guys. So you've missed so much. So much has happened. I've just been in a crazy whirlwind of trying to get things together that I haven't had time to record. But guess where I am? I'm at Youmacon. Well, I'm in Detroit, but I'm in Detroit at Youmacon. I'm excited. I'm tired. I had to give y'all the whole spiel on the bus right here. It's about time I upgrade my life, get a car, or get something, take the plane, train, something besides the bus. It was just too much for me to this go round. Just But now I'm on my way to find food. Not much has changed since last time I was here. So hopefully I can remember some good food spots and go there. So wish me luck because I'm starving. I always love being in the city and traveling to downtown Detroit, especially when they have like events or holidays, because it's always so beautiful to me, especially like when the snow coats the ground. I really love it. Like it's just always so nice to be down there. You kind of forget like the nonsense and chaos and trouble that occurs in Detroit being down there. But I also don't know how people vlog. I'm socially awkward, and I also try not to get people in my footage. So I either have a lot and then not use it, lose it, or something happens. But this is my walk towards Huntington Palace, I think it's called now, because that's where Youmacon was, or like the big bulk of Youmacon is. And then when I went in there, I ended up getting some food. I ended up getting like a shawarma bowl and some fruit because I'm trying to be healthy. So I've made it into Youmacon. I got my badge and I am in the dealer's room. I'm about to walk around, see what they have in here. I don't think I'm gonna buy anything right now, but we'll see. I try to normally hold out until Sunday because that's when everything goes on sale and I get deals. But we'll see. I'm really tired though, so I like getting here was a thing and a half that has drained all my energy. It seems like really like, I don't want to say dead, but it doesn't seem that exciting. Like, this is the dealer's room, and normally it's like really packed in here and it's kind of like hard to get around, but you know, it's a lot of space. They also have places for you to sit down, so they're stepping up their game. But we're gonna walk around and see what I see and hopefully not buy anything. Yeah, that dream was short-lived. I ended up buying some stuff the very first day, and then the second day, I think the third day, I'm not quite sure, I don't remember. But I know I did go in there like multiple times. Girlie spent a lot of money. I bought like some knives. This nail stand had me in a chokehold the whole entire time. I don't know why, but I bought a lot of nails from them. I also bought like some cute outfits and I think a wig and like some figures and stuff like that. But these nails, chokehold. I have a good couple of bins of them still left over. I don't know why, but I hope they're back this year because I need more. But yeah, I did end up buying stuff, so didn't hold out. And it was like a lot of like actual new what are the words? What is the words? Words is hard. It was a lot of new people stands there selling more like different merchandise and stuff like that. So I was actually really happy to see that they got a bigger variety of things there. I did go looking for my twice pop figure, did not find him. I was highly sad and disappointed. And then I spent most of this day and the day, a little bit of the day after, actually hiding from a couple people. That's the only thing I hate about going to Youmacon, is that I run into a lot of people I really don't want to associate with, or like really don't want to have that like, oh my god, hey, how have you been conversation. But this year I'm just like, bump it, it is what it is. I have to be an adult and ignore people and keep it pushing. But this is like some of the stands that caught my eyes, and I stopped. I was going to get some of those outfits, but as a thicker black woman, some of those did not fit or would not fit. So I didn't get too many of the actual outfits. I spent most of my time like at the nail booth and at the wigs and stuff like that. I really do kind of hope that they bring in more, as what I would be considered plus size in Japan, type of outfits and stuff, so I can actually wear those. I closed out this day by going to Applebee's like I normally do, and I of course got another healthy meal, and then I went back to the hostel. The very next day I checked into the hotel. Baby, look at it. I love booking with this hotel. Every time I go to Detroit, it's just luxurious without being expensive. But this also leads to the chaos that ensued this night that I checked in. Yeah, because I think I got there Friday, I stayed Saturday, and I think I left Sunday. But as you can see, before we get into that nonsense, I was cosplaying Lil Punny, and I did both of her. I did 2 cosplays of her. So I did her regular, and then I did her mega evolution. I most definitely am going to do these cosplays over again. I was working on these the nights before I had to leave and get on the bus. I did not 100% like them, but I now know that I'm going to take the time to actually like work on them. So speaking of, when I got into the hotel, I had no real plans of having like anybody else except for the girls in the hotel with me. And so I was like, cool beans. I get 2 beds and then the couch, someone could sleep on the couch. A lot had happened between us making plans, the girls group chat making plans to all meet up at Youmacon and have a good time and decompress from being like moms and wives and girlfriends and caregivers and stuff, to of course those duties and stuff took over, so we didn't end up meeting up or whatever. But I was going to be the only, I assumed it was just going to be us girls in there. I did have some friends stop by. We started drinking stuff and, chit-chatting, catching up, and having fun. But then Mika, that's her name. That's not her actual name. That's the name I'm giving her. Mika had, I think a day before, asked if her best friend and her boyfriend could stay in the room. And I was like, well, since everybody else is not going to actually stay in the room, that's cool. We can do that. But prior to this, all of us had a conversation about her best friend, and I mean everybody, including her, and everybody apparently had already met her and informed me that they just didn't really click with her. She wasn't that great of a person, and they just didn't want to be around her. So I'm like, okay, well, I've never met her, I'll give her a chance, me being me. So they get to the room, I want to say a little bit before, because we got invited to an anime club. And so they got invited to the club, or we all went to the club together, but they got there before that. And we were all getting ready, taking shots, getting dressed, having fun. Mika's best friend, I don't know what she had on, but they bombarded the room. They took both beds. I don't know why I didn't speak up and say anything, but they took both beds. I was like, it's whatever, because I'm still under the impression that I'm going to be by myself. I'm not going to have anybody visit, spend the night, sleep with me or anything like that. So I'm still under the impression that I'm by myself. So I was like, cool, I'm not going to argue. They can have the beds. I paid for the room in full. They didn't put anything in on the room. Just putting that out there. So then, I don't know what she was wearing, but she got in the bed or on the bed, and then like a bunch of like brown, like it looked like makeup or some type of tanner got on the bed. I was upset because I was like, bro, I don't want to have to pay a cleaning fee Luckily, they had washers there. I was like, I'll just strip the bed, wash it. I always get up early anyway to do stuff like that before I leave the convention. But we continue on. We got drinks flowing. Everybody's having a good time. Music playing. And then I hear like, oh no, and a glass break. She done broke one of the drinking glasses in a hotel. Mika's best friend. Luckily, the hotel never said anything to me, and I never got charged for it. So I don't know if they just didn't think about it. They didn't count that there was 3 glasses in there. But for whatever reason, wasn't charged for it. I'm getting irritated. I'm like, what is we doing? Like, this is my first time meeting her, and you're trashing the room essentially. Then they're being loud and like not disrespectful, but like it was just a lot for me at the moment. But then we keep turning up. All of us meet up. We get in the Uber. It was a lot of us. Like, the Uber guy was like almost not going to take us because we filled up the whole back row. So it was 3 of us in the back and then someone in the front. And then we still had 2 more people left. And he was like, I don't know. And I'm like, we're going there. Everybody's like, we're going right down the street. It's okay. So we all get in an Uber. He lets us lap up in an Uber. And we drive. It wasn't that far. It was like on Cass. I'm saying that like y'all know where that at. For my Detroit people, we was on Cass. And it was like this really cool, like low-key spot. I think in the daytime, it has like multiple different restaurants open. And it's like a really fun place. If I could figure out what the name is, I'll like post it or whatever. But so we go there. The moment we get out the Uber, one of the girls that was with us ended up throwing up. I guess she was pre-gaming too hard or didn't eat or anything like that. But she threw up before she went into the club. And the bouncers and them saw it. And so they said she couldn't come in. So we had to stand outside in the cold. We wait for her husband to come pick her up. So he came pick her up and she left. Then we all went to the club. It was a whole vibe. I actually really liked it and I really enjoyed it. They were playing like rave anime club music. But like for black people, if that makes sense. Typically like Youmacon has its own rave, but it's more like EDM, typical EDM house music geared towards more non-melanated people, and they don't play like a mixture of like different anime nerd culture music. But this club, no, they did their research. They did their big one with the music. I was really vibing. I was dancing. I was having a good time. But then I had to go sneak off and meet up with the sneaky link that I wasn't supposed to be. I was being bad. But so I told everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and head back to the hotel room and I'm gonna chill out and stuff. I'll see y'all there. So I get back, sneaky link come in, we kicking it on the couch, we talking or whatever, catching up. And then all of a sudden they come in and I'm like, yo, like what's happening? They came back apparently early because they wanted food and they were tired. And some other stuff. So they go in the room, they're being like really loud. It's like 2-3 in the morning. They're being really loud and stuff like that because they're very intoxicated. And all of a sudden then they come back out and they're like, oh, we're trying to get food, da 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 da. And I don't know why I said I would pay for the food, but I did. So I paid for the food. Shouldn't have did that, but I paid for the food. They went and got it, still being loud in the hallway, like I could hear them from the elevator. But being loud in the hallway, just like a whole bunch of stuff. The very next morning, like, and when I say loud, like doing it loud, talking loud, being loud. The very next morning, they got up and left. And I go into the room, and the beds are covered in like, I don't know, like if she had like tanner or something on, but the bed is covered in this tanner. And it's just brown, and I'm picking up the glass off the floor, so I'm basically cleaning up after them, and I was just very irritated. But other than that, it was pretty dope. But I do plan on going to Youmacon this year, and I don't plan on babysitting. I got the same room. I'm doing the big one. I'm making my pineapple. I mean, not my pineapple. I should make a pineapple moonshine, but I'm making my apple pie moonshine that I normally make. And I might like make it like a whole little thing. People typically have like hotel parties, and the hotels are pretty cool with it as long as you're like within the guidelines. Like, it got bad to the point where like people had to like start making people wear wristbands and showing IDs. The parties got really crazy. But I think I might throw a hotel party. I don't know. Feeling a little spicy. We'll see how I feel. But yeah, thank you for checking out my little mini vlog. I'm going to be posting more vlogs that I've taken. I probably won't yap through most of them. They'll probably just be like clips and music, and if I'm talking, then the clips that will suffice. But yeah, thanks for watching my little mini vlogs. If you like this content or any of my content, I do a whole bunch of stuff. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to try to be more consistent with uploads and actually putting in the time on my channel, because I really do enjoy making these things. And I'm sure y'all enjoy listening to me. Yeah. So I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.